all, cause I know I'm a winner. Knock me down, I'll just get up again. You've met your match, yeah, I'm no beginner. Pokemon, gotta get them all.
Hello guys, this is FortDefender and welcome back to yet another Pokemon video. Today we're going to be going over my playthrough teams of each generation, where I try to stick to those unique Pokemon in each generation. This is a part 2 with gens 5 through 9. If you want to see 1 through 4, I'll probably have it in the description or link somewhere around here so you can watch that. But if you don't even want to watch that at all, that's okay. We're going to jump into generation 5 right now, right here. So starting things off, I'm going to pick Emboar. Tepig was my starter. Emboar is just a really special Pokemon to me from when I did my playthrough of Generation 5, so I have to pick that. Also, one that's really grown on me over the years is Excadrill. I don't really know where it comes from. Maybe Pokemon Go helped? Not really sure, but I kind of like Excadrill, and I've been using it more and would like to use it in a playthrough. Next on the list would be Zoroark, and this one I've always loved, but I've never actually used it on a team. Other than the Hisuian one, I think I had on my team for a little bit in Legends, but I really want to use the normal one. I did have one on my PvP team, though, for a brief time in Sword and Shield, I remember. Next on the list would be Chandelure, of course. It has to be on the list. And, you know, other than Sword and Shield, I don't think I've ever used Chandelure in a playthrough. And I don't even know if I used it in a playthrough in Sword and Shield. So that would be a fun one to use. Another one would be Amoonguss, which another Pokemon that's kind of grown on me over the years, and I don't really know why, but I kind of like it, and I would like to put it into my team in this competitive / fun team for battling the champion. And the last one on the list would be Jaleficent, and that is because I just really want to use it. I've never used it before. It's a ghost type. I love ghost types, and I've never even used it in any team whatsoever, I don't think. So I think it'd be really fun, and I think this team is balanced enough to work that I really would like playing with it. Next on the list is Generation 6, and I never played Generation 6 all the way through, so this would probably be my team if I did play it through. And number 1 on the list would be Greninja, so obviously picking Froakie because I've always wanted to use that one. Next on the list would be Talonflame. Talonflame has a special spot as one of my favorite Pokemon of all time, and I don't think it'd be too hard to get this one, but I really like Talonflame. And next would be Trevenant, because that's a ghost grass type. Love ghost types, and this Pokemon is just so freaking cool. I would want to use it. Gudra would also be on the list because I love Goomy. Goomy's super cool, and I have nothing against Gudra, so I would definitely use that. Sylveon would be fun to use as well, evolving from Eevee. I've used Sylveon a few times in games I've played, but I don't know if ever on a playthrough. I don't know. I don't think I have. Other than that, I would also use Tyrantrum, which I've never used, and I think it would be really fun to play with on a team. I don't know how difficult it is to get in Generation 6, but if I did play again, I would figure it out and how to use it. So this would be my Generation 6 team. Now we got Generation 7, which I did play all the way through, and when I got it, I didn't know how to reset the game, so I was stuck with Litten as my starter, and that's where I went from there. I would choose Litten again if I had the option to choose a starter, because Incineroar is just really, really cool. Next on the list would be Lycanroc. Lycanroc, also, I've just always liked it since the game came out, and I knew it existed. It's always been one of my favorites. Golisopod has been one that's grown on me in the last couple of years that I really, really like that Pokemon a lot. So it'd be fun to have one on a team, because I don't think I've ever used one before. Next on the list would be Mimikyu, because I love playing Mimikyu on teams, and I think it would just be really unique and different to the normal strategies that I usually do on playthrough teams. So I think it would spice things up a little bit and be fun to use. And then I also want Beware. I have not used Beware, but I feel like Beware can be really good if used correctly, so I feel like it'd be really fun to see how it does on a playthrough team. And I just kind of like the Pokemon in general. And then for my last one would be Lurantis. I don't think I'd be able to get its special hidden, I'm pretty sure its hidden abilities contrary, which is really fun to use, but I like the Pokemon in general, even though it does have a big weakness. That's alright, I'll still use it. And I wanted to use it in my Gen 7 playthrough, my first one, but I never did, so I really would want that on my team. So these 6 would be my team for going through Generation 7 again. And now we got Generation 8. For this, I would pick Sobble as my starter so that I could have Inteleon. This is actually not what I picked at all when I played Sword and Shield through the first time, but I would want to pick something different here. Next on the list would be Toxtricity, because I think it's just a really neat Pokemon. I don't care about the ground weakness. And then I want Cursula, because I love Corsola a lot, and Cursula is just like so cool to me that it finally got an evolution of some degree, and it's a ghost type, so definitely picked that. Dragapult has a special place in my heart ever since it came out. This was on my team. I did get a shiny right off the bat, my easiest like shiny ever. So this one has to be on the team. Another one would be Grimmsnarl. I think that one would be fun to use, a dark fairy type. I never really got to utilize it that well, so that'd be cool to have it on a playthrough team and just use it all the way through. Another one would be Scorch. Again, really like this Pokemon, never really got to use it enough, so I would really want it to have its time to shine fully in my playthrough team if I were to do it again. So yeah, these 6 would be my team for Generation 8. Next on the list, we got a more recent one, Generation 9, which I actually did play through not too long ago. So this isn't going to be too much different, but now that I know all the Pokemon, it's slightly tweaked. So, of course, going to pick Skeledirge and Fuecoco as my starter. No brainer. I love that Pokemon. Next one is going to be Bellabolt, which, again, really like this Pokemon. I think it's super, super cool. Then Brambleghast, another one that I think is really cool that I loved using on my team. I never got to use Cloth. When I saw that the game was coming out and I saw him in the trailer, I was like, I'm going to use Cloth on my team. And I just never found one and never did, because I think I went to the wrong region first in the game when I played through. But that's alright. I would have wanted to add this to my team, so now I have the opportunity. Annihilate would have been a really, really fun one to use, because I still don't have one in my Pokédex, and I've never, ever touched one before, and I would love to use it in the game on a playthrough. And the last one would be Palafin. This one kind of went on and off my team, didn't really stick around too much. I would really want to utilize this Pokemon. I think that it has a lot of great potential. I know it's really hard to get it, but I did find a couple of raids to be able to use it, so I think it's doable to put it on a playthrough team. So these 6 here would be my Generation 9 team, a little bit different than what I used, but I think it'd be really fun to use all of them together. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this 2-part series where I talk about my new teams that I want to do in this new format. Maybe you want to try this out. Let me know what your teams would be in the comments. I'm really excited to know if you want to let me know. And yeah, guys, I really appreciate you hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one.